James.
Hey. Hey Keith, how are you?
Doing good, James. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for taking the time to
Oh,
have a chat.
my pleasure, mate. So, how was your day so far?
Not too bad. Just pretty ordinary day so far. Thanks. And yourself?
Always had a good day so far, James. A real pleasure to have you today on this interview. And James, your sophomore album, The Last Ship, was out on October 31st of last year. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the songwriting process and the production that goes behind this new album?
Sure. So yeah, I mean, some of the songs, sort of the concepts have been around for a little while. We basically we're always writing, right? So we don't just sit down and go, right, we're going to write an album. It was basically it was time to release something, so we went through all our stockpile of demos and kind of chose probably the 10 that worked the best together so far. Um, so that's how we selected it. Well, the individual songs, and then obviously um, we kind of made a bit of a conscious choice to do something slightly different to our first record. Our first record was kind of like probably more guitar focused, like not a conscious decision, but we did an EP between records, and our EP was sort of more electronic focused. So it kind of naturally worked out that we're sort of heavy on the electronic side on the new album. And yeah, production wise, we spent ages just messing around trying to get the sounds and guitar tones, synth sounds, vocal layers, exactly how we wanted it. So reasonably happy with that, how it turned out.
Fantastic. And does The Last Ship has some kind of a concept or a theme that it was focused on?
A loose theme, yes. So it's kind of like, there's each track is kind of like individual concept, but it kind
Mm,
of all adds up into one kind of theme, sort of, just we kind of we're not preaching, we're not telling people what to do, but it's kind of like, people just need to be aware of, what they're doing, what's going on in the world, ask questions, don't just accept everything for what it is. But yeah, like I said, each track is individual, sort of like Sleepwalking into Extinction is basically exactly what what it says on the tin. Um, uh, and then you got tracks like um, Fly the Mercury Raven, which is basically sort of, if it was the last day on Earth and we were going to populate another planet somewhere, who would be the last people
mm,
left here, and who would be the people to get on the last spaceship
yeah,
that is
yeah.
leaving? Would it be people that,
Mm,
the billionaires buying their way on, or would it be, the people who would help to continue the human race elsewhere?
mm,
So, and I know it sounds really big and heavy, but like sometimes we're trying to, I mean, in terms of the themes are quite heavy, deep themes, but sometimes we are sort of just asking questions or having some fun with the
mm,
themes. It's not we're not trying to be serious all the time either.
yeah. So more of a science fiction, I would say.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, some of the tracks. I mean, obviously, like some are very based on
Mm,
current reality. But yeah, some are like thinking in the future. The band's called Temples on Mars, right?
yeah.
So it's we can play around with these kind of themes. Maybe continuing Earth somewhere in our solar system, maybe on Mars. I don't know. Probably long after I'm dead, though.
Yeah. Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. And had the pleasure to listen to the album quite a few times for now, and had to say it's an amazing album. Like, great work towards this new album, and the musicianship is top notch. The vocals are mind blowing from the start to the end. The music just flows throughout the album, and really entertaining. And quite an awesome album for last year. And as a creator of the music, how do you guys feel about the outcome?
Um, we're really happy with the album. It was a very long process. We had lots of we probably started I think the first kind of version of the album was sort of ready, sort of, probably the end of 22, maybe started 23. So it took like, a good 18 months to 2 years
Yeah.
to actually see the light of day. So yeah, it's kind of a cathartic process, if you will. We put a lot of time and effort into it. We kept getting roadblocks. There were several times along the way where like, should we just give up? But it was like either you give up and just stop, or you keep going and hopefully you get the result you want. So yeah, we were very happy with it. Um, it's a great, reflection of where the band was at the time. We've already started progressing in another direction, so we are planning more releases in the mid to far future. Probably maybe something else this year, maybe something next year. So yeah, happy with the progress, happy with the response. The feedback's been great, and it's great, great to do interviews like this, to chat about the record. So
Yeah.
pretty happy.
Cool, man. Cool, cool. And even though the album was out last year, like there were singles like Sleepwalking into Extinction, Smile, and Daydreamer came out almost a couple of years back. So the album was on to works, and you have done a lot of amazing music videos for these songs. So would you like to
Well,
tell
thank you.
me a bit on the making of these music videos?
So would you say, um, but sorry, I missed that. My
So
connection.
I know you want there are a few music videos that has come out of from this album like Sleepwalking into Extinction, Smile,
Yeah.
Daydreamer, and Safe World. And would you like to tell me a bit on the making of these music videos?
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah. Sorry. Yes. No, I'm at home at the moment. My internet's not that great, and sometimes I miss a few words. So yeah, I mean, Sleepwalk into Extinction. That was really fun. Music video to make. Um, we worked with a animator. Um, we basically came up with a loose storyline,
Mm.
and he went and created a bunch of really cool characters. Yeah, he really knocked that one out of the park. And then yeah, Daydreamer Video, also working with another animation company. We shot some of the footage ourselves of the band, and he took that and made something really cool out of it. Safe Word, that music video was made by our our bass player. Um, he spent well, we just came up with a loose concept. He just went away, came back with that, and I don't think we really changed it very much. And the Smile video, was where we have robot dancers.
Mhm.
That was again, made by pretty much the final product was made by our bass player. We shot it at a green screen studio here in London. So yeah, we have a lot of fun making videos. I think the most fun part, well, for everyone in the band, including writing the music, is coming up with that first idea, you know, and then bringing that idea to life, and you sort of like really getting in the flow, and just yeah, bouncing stuff around, and then coming out with something that you know we think is cool, and then hopefully other people like it. I mean, if they don't, that's also okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of yeah. We have a lot of fun creating, and we don't like to just limit to videos and music. We also have ideas for our future stage shows, merch, all that kind of stuff. It's all fun.
Cool, man, cool. And for 2026, now there's some big touring plans for the band.
We are working on some tour stuff, and some supports. Nothing that we can put out just yet, but yeah, expect to see us somewhere, at some point, especially in the UK. Um, so yeah, that's our main focus. We've actually we've built our own studio over the last 6 months or so. So now we have a sort of, like a lot of bands in cities. You have to hire a rehearsal space. You have certain slots. You have to keep your stuff in a cage. So now we've got our own space,
Yeah,
can practice whenever we want, leave all our stuff set up. So yeah, ready to rock and roll.
amazing. And is 2026 going to be concentrated more on touring, or are you guys planning to get back into the studio to write new music?
I'd say 50-50, a bit of both. Obviously we love playing live, but we also want to play the right shows. I'm sure you've read and heard a lot about bands lately complaining about, well, not complaining, but
Mm,
quite rightly stating the fact how expensive it is to go touring. You want to go to the US or whatever, you got to get visas. It's it's going to make sense. So yeah, we'll play the right shows and keep producing music. Like we're always writing music, individually and collectively. So we're never short of an idea or two. It's just a case of all getting in the same room
mm.
and cranking something out, really.
Fantastic. And will there be Parallels Volume 2 sometime in the future?
Who have you been talking to? Who have you been talking to?
I'm sorry.
Um, yeah, I know. Someone else asked me the same question in another
Okay.
interview not long ago. I'd say chances are quite high.
Okay.
Um, and I think if we do that, unfortunately, well, fortunately for us, it's going to have to become a thing. Release an album, release a Parallels, um, which obviously, yeah, for people that don't know the background of Parallels, it is versions of album tracks kind of reimagined in a parallel universe, almost like we're a different band. So yeah, I think there definitely will be something like that.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And speaking on your the music that you have created so far, like each work that you have as an album, as an EP, each has a different, distinct sound to the music that you're creating, and you keep progressing with things. So, are there more changes, or the direction going to be changing in the upcoming music that you're going to create?
Um, yeah, I think we're definitely always moving forward. We don't want to repeat ourselves. Um, so yeah, with the new, like basically almost we've almost pretty much got like a double album worth of stuff to go. Obviously we're not going to release it all, but yeah, it's definitely some of it is more synth heavy,
Mm.
other is just more heavy. So yeah, it's moving forward, but it still sounds like the same band. But yeah, just with fresh direction, different ideas. I like to think of it as like eras of the band, and I definitely agree. Each one has a different sound. But again, it's not intentional. We don't sit there. We don't go, "Hey, we need to sound like this. We need to sound like that." Just kind of happens. Life changes, people change a bit. Our tastes change. And we want to keep trying to push ourselves as well.
Awesome, awesome. And your debut self-titled album came out in 2018, and it's now almost 8 years. So, how do you feel about the road that you traveled so far?
The road has been winding. Um, yeah, obviously, like our debut was great. That was really good. And that first probably 2 years as a band,
Mm,
we really were on a really quite a quick path. Then COVID hit, and I must say that definitely we lost some time there. Probably lost a bit of momentum, but we're gathering it back, and we're positive people in general. So, bad things happen, but it's how you react to them. So, yeah, I mean, the path with the band's been good. We're moving forward. We're progressing like musically as people, you know, in the scene, whatever.
mhm.
Yeah, I'm happy. If I wasn't happy, I wouldn't be doing it. Because it takes a
Yeah,
lot of time and effort. There are times where I've wanted to just literally like mic drop, walk away,
yeah.
never touch an instrument again. Um, but that doesn't happen too often.
That's it. And are you guys planning to go on a worldwide tour or something in the near future?
A worldwide tour. Um, probably not worldwide at this point. But yeah, definitely some live plans. I think yeah, we need to be several levels up. Maybe if we had a bigger band come and
Mm,
take us on a worldwide tour, that might be possible. But yeah, it's it's expensive touring.
yeah,
Touring's very expensive. And like I said before, it's got to make sense. Obviously, we realize that we're not going to be driving Lamborghinis in a
mm,
month's time. But obviously, we don't want to go touring and lose too much money either.
yeah,
So if you're breaking even or better, it's kind of worth it. But obviously, the bigger you get as well, people expect bigger shows, so shows get more expensive. So you got to charge more for tickets. Yeah, it would be great,
yeah.
but we got a few steps ahead of us before we do a
Mm.
world tour.
And any highlight moments for the band that you want to share with me today?
Highlights. I think we did a South African tour a few years ago. That was super cool.
Mm,
Um, it was yeah, beautiful country, cool people, cool shows, and they were kind of spread out
yeah,
enough so we could actually do some cool stuff between the shows. A few of the festivals have been really cool. Like I think Download has always been like my my if I played Download, I thought I'd made it. So we finally got to do that, and that was a nice moment. Um, a few TV like morning shows.
yeah,
They were quite daunting, but also quite memorable. Because you're arriving at a studio at 4 a.m. and you have to be like vocal fresh and singing
yeah,
at 6:30.
right.
So I like a challenge, but yeah, things like that have been very cool. And obviously, yeah, hanging out with the guys and there's lots of moments that people don't see because people just want the videos, they want the TikToks, the YouTube, they want the live shows. There's lots that goes on behind the scene that have been, really cool moments as well. So, sometimes just ordinary moments, just writing music in the studio and sort of everyone sort of clicking, going, "Hey,
Mm.
that's a great idea. Let's work with that." Those ideas and those moments are very cool as well.
Fantastic.
I said cool a lot then, didn't I?
I, I know. And any message that you have for the fans around the world?
I would just say thanks for listening. Thank you for being patient. Stick with us. We've got lots more to come, and everyone have a great weekend because I think doesn't matter which time zone you're in right now, it's the weekend somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. And James, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have this chat with you. And thanks so much for The Last Ship. Like I said earlier, a great album. To speaking on album, like more like modern days when people pick songs, but I'm a kind of person who pick album. And I believe this is one of the best album I would say for 2025 from the
Oh,
start to
thank you.
the end. From the start to the end, it's great music, and I totally enjoyed each and every song from this album. So I want to thank you guys so much for putting up an awesome album last year, and I'm really hoping to see get more music from you guys in the coming days, and we are really looking forward to that.
There will be more music, and thank you so much for having me. Thanks for taking the time, and
Yeah,
it's been
thank you
great
so much,
talking to you.
James. It's my pleasure. Take care and have a great rest of the evening. Then take care. Bye bye.
Thank you. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Yeah, you too. Bye bye.